Bonjour les enfants, c'est Madame Martin et je suis si content d'être avec vous aujourd'hui. Hello children, it's Mrs. Martin and I am really very happy to be back with you today. So, let's get started. We're going to start out the way we start out every lesson. I'm going to say good morning children. You're probably going to say good morning Mrs. Martin in French and then let's sing our song. Except I'm going to need your help because as you know, I sometimes forget the words. So let's go. Bonjour les enfants. Here we go with our song. 1, 2, 3. Bonjour, bonjour, comment ça va? Bonjour, bonjour, très bien, merci. Je suis content d'être ici avec tous mes bons amis. Bonjour, bonjour, comment ça va? Merci, merci, merci d'être ici. Merci, merci, écoutez. Aimez-vous cette chanson? J'espère que je suis dans le ton. Merci, merci, merci d'être ici. Bonjour, bonjour, comment ça va? Bonjour, bonjour, très bien, merci. Je suis content d'être ici avec tous mes bons amis. Bonjour, bonjour, comment ça va? Very good. I hope you did a better job than I did because I get the words mixed up. Well, it's asking you a question that I'm planning on asking you, but I thought I'd start with some French questions. So I'm going to ask the question. I'll leave the time for you to answer. These are all answers you should know. And then we'll talk about it a little bit. So the first one I would ask you is, comment t'appelles-tu? Comment t'appelles-tu? Very good. Quel âge as-tu? Quel âge as-tu? Okay. Comment vas-tu? Comment vas-tu? Bien, très bien, comme ci, comme ça, très mal. I hope très bien. The next questions I want to ask you have to do with what we were looking at right before we left school, right before school was stopped. So my first question would be, quel jour sommes-nous aujourd'hui? Quel jour sommes-nous aujourd'hui? Jour, you should know what that is. Day. What day is it today? So think a little bit. I'll give you time to think about that or stop the video. Aujourd'hui, nous sommes jeudi. Aujourd'hui, nous sommes jeudi. Okay, very good. Quel mois sommes-nous? Quel mois sommes-nous? Mois is month. Nous sommes en avril. Nous sommes en avril. We are in April. Okay? Now, here's one that we were doing at the very, very end. Do you remember this one? Quelle est la date aujourd'hui? Quelle est la date aujourd'hui? If you saw date written, you would see it says date. So what is the date today? Aujourd'hui, nous sommes le 2 avril 2020. Aujourd'hui, today, nous sommes, we are, le 2 avril, the 2 April, April 2, we don't say April 2nd, 2020, 2020. Very good. Now, how would you write that? How would you write April 2nd, 2020 in French, in numbers? Do you remember what we talked about? In French, we say it's le 2 le 2 avril 2020. So we're going to put the date, the month, and the year. 2 avril 2020. That's what we were working on right before school closed. So, very good. I'd like for you to have ready the paper I sent home with you, okay? So pause the video, go get your sheet of paper, and let's take a look at it. Okay, this is Je suis comment? How do I look? What do I look like? Well, here goes. I was pulling this out because I was hoping to get letters from our pen pals, and this is what you would be talking about. But that's okay. Even without a pen pal, this is what you will be talking about when you meet someone or you meet them through correspondence and they can't see you. So here goes. It says if you want to describe what you look like, you can use the French phrase j'ai. Remember, j'ai is I have. We used it when we talk about how old you are. We don't say I am, you say I have. We're going to use it again when you're saying you're hungry. We don't say I am hungry, we say I have hunger, or I have soif. J'ai soif, j'ai faim. Well, when we're describing ourselves, we use I have, exactly the same way we would in English. So here we have, j'ai les yeux bleus. Okay, j'ai les yeux bleus. Remember I told you that the color always goes behind whatever it's describing. And when it's describing your eyes, you're going to say, I have eyes blue. Now, eyes are plural. You'll see that in your paper. It's Y-E-U-X. So the color is going to have an S on it when you're writing it. So the question, no, they're not talking, we won't talk about the question yet. It's about you. J'ai les yeux bleus. J'ai les yeux verts. J'ai les yeux noisettes. A noisette is a hazelnut. So we wouldn't say in English, I have the color of my eyes is hazelnut, but you would say hazel. And this is where it comes from, the hazelnut. This is the color of a hazelnut. So you have three colors here. We are missing the color brown. Now for brown, we talked about the fact that there are two ways of saying it, brun and marron. So you would just say, j'ai les yeux bruns, j'ai les yeux marron. Okay? You can practice this. Come back to the video, say it after me. J'ai les yeux bleus. J'ai les yeux verts. J'ai les yeux bruns ou marron ou noisette. Noisette is a very light brown, kind of between a brown and a green. So that's for your eyes. If someone would ask you, quelle couleur sont tes yeux? What color are your eyes? Quelle couleur sont tes yeux? Because it's plural. To describe the color and style of your hair, use the same phrase. J'ai. In English, we would say it too. I have blonde hair. I have brown hair. With the same adjectives given below. As shown above in French, you put any adjective after the noun, not before it like you would in English. For example, if you want to say, I have long brown hair, here it says, you would say, j'ai, I have, les cheveux, hair is always going to be plural, longs et bruns. Now I want you to know that I have mainly heard long put in front of the noun. So if you do, it's not wrong. Maybe it's just easy right now for you to remember to put the adjectives behind the noun. But when I would ask my daughter, she would say, j'ai les longs cheveux bruns. I have long hair brown. So long can go in front and long can go in back, as short can be the same thing. If you have short hair, j'ai les cheveux courts et blondes. Ou j'ai les courts cheveux blondes. So long or short can go in front or behind the noun. If it's easier for you to remember to put all of it behind the noun, that's fine too. So let's go on down here. J'ai les cheveux. I have hair. J'ai les cheveux bruns. You wouldn't say maroon. I think I've only heard brown. J'ai les cheveux bruns. J'ai les cheveux noirs, black. J'ai les cheveux blonds, blonde. You can also, let's see, are we missing anything? J'ai les cheveux roux. Roux, R-O-U-X, is red. I have red hair. J'ai les cheveux roux. Okay, here goes for the length. J'ai les cheveux courts, short. J'ai les cheveux longs. Long, you don't hear the G and you don't hear the S. As in court, you don't hear the T and you don't hear the S either. Now I'm always asked what happens when you have hair that isn't short or long. It's in between. Well, we have a word for that too. Let me write that down. It's called mi-long. Mi-long, it's in two words. Mi-long is M-I, almost like demi, which is a half. Mi-long. J'ai les cheveux mi-longs et blonds. I have medium hair and blonde, medium hair. So that's for the length. Now for what type of hair you have. J'ai les cheveux frisés. Frisé is curly. There's also another word I'm going to give you. You will hear is bouclé. Bouclé. I think that's maybe even a little more common. When I think of frisé, I think it frizzes out. It's not necessarily curly, but you can use it to express curls. And raide, that is straight. So, j'ai les cheveux blondes et courtes. J'ai les yeux bleus. Okay, I have. This is how you would describe yourself. J'ai les cheveux longs, blonds et frisés. You'd put all of those adjectives behind. J'ai les cheveux courts, noirs et raides. So all three of those adjectives can go behind the word hair when you're describing yourself. So I'd like you to practice that at home. Describe yourself. And we're not going to make it complicated. If you have a sister or a brother, try describing, but say j'ai as if you were that person. It makes it much easier. We haven't learned the tu as, il a, elle a, you, he, she. We haven't gone over that yet. So just put yourself in the skin of that person and say, this is what you look like. But I would like you to practice it, the pronunciation and going over the sentences. What you can do now, if you have someone in your family who speaks French, or if you can get onto Zoom or Marco Polo or some kind of chat box with someone from your class, you can play this game. You can think of someone who's in your class and you would say, okay, now I'm going to be this person and you have to guess who I am. And you describe the person saying, I have. Think of a boy or girl in your class. Think of your teacher. You can play this game with someone in your class. I think that could be fun. So that's the end of this. I did ask you to draw. It could be fun to draw someone in your family, describe them, even to your family, and have them guess who it is. That's another game. Just so you're up there using your French. That's all I want. So the next thing we're coming to, you're going to find this on the computer. You can either print it off if you like, or you can read it from the computer. No problem there. So, it's qu'est-ce que tu aimes faire? What do you like to do? This is something that we would have used, and I'm not going to give up hope yet because I've sent out an email to the teacher in France. We may get the letters. This is what we're going to tell them, what we like to do. We'll get to what we like to eat. We'll be doing a lot of that too. But right now, qu'est-ce que tu aimes faire? Qu'est-ce que tu aimes faire? What do you like to do? Okay, so here goes. Let's go over this together. If you want to talk about what you like in French, you can use the phrase j'aime, I like. For example, this is easy. J'aime le weekend. I like the weekend. I bet you do too. You can also say what you don't like. This is giving you the negative by learning the phrase where are we? It's kind of backwards here. Okay. Je n'aime pas. The N apostrophe and the PAS is going to be what tells you it's a negative. Okay, I ran out of places to write, so let me do it right here. The negative is ne pas. And usually the verb is in between. Ne nage pas, ne mange pas. Don't eat, ne mange pas. So don't like is je n'aime pas. And there's an apostrophe because do you remember what I told you? The French do not like two vowels that go together. So it would be ne aime pas. And we can't say that. So we're going to cross off the E. We're going to put an apostrophe. It's going to be N apostrophe. Je n'aime pas. I don't like. Je n'aime pas. Okay? So here goes. We'll keep on reading this because this we'll do a little bit later. Okay? That's what I don't like. If you feel very strongly, they said even more strongly. There's something in between, and we'll get to that after. But if you love something, you know how you say, I love pizza, or I love pasta, I love this or that. Then you would say, j'adore, I adore, j'adore. That little apostrophe is there for the same reason. I is J-E. You can't have the E before the A, so you take off the E and you have the apostrophe. J'adore. J'adore les pâtes. I love pasta. And that's true. So, j'adore. That's the highest level. There's going to be one between I like and I love. It's I like a lot, and we'll learn that a little bit later. And if you really, really don't like something, if you just don't like something, say, je n'aime pas. Je n'aime pas. Boy, I can't think of anything I don't like. I'm going to think, maybe my grandchildren, je n'aime pas le brocoli. I don't like broccoli, which isn't true. They probably do. But je déteste. Je déteste is very, very strong. I don't hear a lot of that, especially when you talk about food or about sports. It's I hate. It's a very, very strong word in French too. Je déteste. So we try not to use it that often. Okay? So down here, when talking to someone in French, you might want to say what kinds of things you enjoy doing and you don't enjoy doing. Here we just have 6 little examples. Okay? So you would say, j'aime, I like. J'aime nager. It's exactly like in English. I like to swim. To swim, to eat, to ride my bike. Those are all the infinitives. We call those infinitives. And in French, you're going to recognize the infinitive when the word ends with an ER. So it's j'aime nager. If you don't like to, it's je n'aime pas nager. Je n'aime pas nager. J'aime faire du vélo. I like to ride my bike. I like bicycling. J'aime faire du vélo. J'aime jouer au foot. I like to play, jouer is to play, Foot is soccer. Don't forget, in French, foot is going to be soccer in English. J'aime lire. I like to read. J'aime dessiner. I like to draw. J'aime jouer aux jeux vidéo. I like to play games video. You turn it around. It's video games. So this is just an example. And I would like you to practice that also orally. So if you can find someone from your class or someone who knows French, it would be nice if you could just practice even out loud in your room what you like to do. Now here we only have 6 examples, but I did send you, we're not going to talk about this right now. We'll do this a little bit later. But I did send you some examples that can be used, and I thought they were right here. Yes, here we go. We've got some of these. Let's see. I'll get my book out. It's easier. Let's see. Okay, so here we go. With this, what they're asking you to do is to write the phrase in French again, which would be a good idea because it's getting you used to writing in French. If you keep up with it, you're going to have to. This is a whole group of things that you might like. J'aime la télévision. You notice in English, you just say, I like television. In French, we're going to use the article. I like the television. J'aime la télévision. J'aime la radio. I like the radio. J'aime la musique. I like the music. So we're going to be using that article. J'aime le français. And I hope you're all saying that right now. I like French, hopefully. J'aime l'école. I like school. And it's only when you can't have something that you realize how much you really do like it. Isn't that true? So I hope you do like school. J'aime le cinéma. Not I like going to the movies, it's I like the movies. J'aime le cinéma. I think I wrote down a couple more for you. Yep, here goes. J'aime l'argent. I like the money. J'aime le tennis. J'aime le football. J'aime le baseball. Here we've got sports. J'aime le lacrosse. Here in Maryland, that's very popular. Lacrosse, and take a look. I think I explained this to you when we were talking about St. Nicholas. He has a crosse. So lacrosse is a very French word. J'aime le raisin. I like grapes, but it's called the grape. And j'aime le Coca-Cola. Well, okay, whatever. So these are just some examples of what you like. I also put down some sports because I thought that maybe that's more towards. And you'll notice the sports, my gosh, they're almost all in English. Baseball. This would be football. We don't call it soccer. Le football. Le foot. It even is just the foot. Le basket. Take a look. It's not basketball. They call it le basket. Le hockey. Do not say the H. Le hockey. It's hockey. And they would say le football américain to differentiate between what's played in France. Okay, le tennis, le golf, la natation. La natation is swimming. That's different. Le jogging, we say jogging. Le cyclisme, it's very big in Europe. Bicycle races, all over Europe and every country, very, very popular. It's a very popular sport that starts right now in the spring. Le patinage. Le patinage is ice skating. You may want to write that next to the skates. Le ski, like in English. Le snowboard, same thing. Le bowling, same thing. L'équitation is horseback riding. L'équitation. Okay, so this is just a group of things that you might like. So we're still not going to do, I'm not going to ask you to do this, what you like and don't like, because I'm going to be giving you more things, and you'll have more things to write. Well, yeah, I think I'll hold off for a while. So I would like you maybe to take a look at what I gave you already and to make a column. And up above, on top of that column, what you can write, all I want you to write is j'aime. J'aime, and you write down maybe 5 things you like. If there's more, great. And then I would also like you to write down what they have put down over here out of everything I've given you. Je n'aime pas. Je n'aime pas, and then write down what you don't like. We're not getting into j'adore. We're not going to get into je déteste. In fact, I really don't think we'll get into that. But I'll explain in one of our next lessons. Maybe next week I'll talk a little bit about Easter. But in our next lessons, I'll give you a little bit more. Maybe about more hobbies and more food. Definitely more food. We'll get into food. So I want you to practice that. Don't forget, it's j'aime, je n'aime pas. Okay? And don't forget